McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
More wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome everyone to Wayne State. Just about underway here in game 1 of 2 of this little PSL Championship Series here today. First, it's the Osborn Knights and the CMA Pharaohs today. So glad you could tune in on what is a beautiful day for softball. Jeremy Otto alongside Jay Alexander to bring the call right here on the prep. And Jay, this is obviously a moment that a lot of these teams work towards, and they're hopeful for a good day today.
Yes, they are, and what a great day we have for weather to kick it off. So you couldn't ask for a better day today than what we have, and two really good teams that vie for this championship in our gold division. So I'm just looking forward to good softball, good, clean, fun, and hard-fought softball.
Let's take a look at this visiting Osborn lineup here today. They will have Faith Patterson lead things off and play third base. Jayla Tucker bat second and play short. Cheris Hurst will bat third and play center today. Amber Vaughter is in the cleanup spot as she pitches. Autumn Crump hits fifth and plays second. Harmony Harris bats sixth and catches today. Brooklyn Chimera in the 7-hole as she plays right field. Adams hitting eighth and playing left, and then Chalea Adams also rounding out the order and playing first base. First pitch of the ball game is in there for a ball up high. First pitch at 4:33 here today. The wind is definitely blowing in, so we'll see how that plays a factor there. That was actually ball 2. Here's the 2-0 high. 3-0.
Yeah, not a good start here. She's really got to work hard to get the ball down to get it over the plate. Leadoff walk's never good.
That is exactly what will happen here in the top of the first inning. Take a peek at your defense. On the other side here for CMA, it's Favors in left, Fishers in center, Fales is in right. Blanks and Nelson on the corners, Robinson and Tyndall up the middle, Dickerson catching the balls and strikes here today with Lowry on the circle. Infield's in here in the top of the first. Looking for the first strike of the game. That one is going to be a hit by pitcher. They're going to call it hit the helmet and then the bat. I think they're going to say it did that.
Yeah, it definitely did. I would have been perplexed if she would have got rewarded that base right there, because that's definitely a strike. It's very important that we teach kids to get out of the way properly, and she didn't. If she would have just turned herself completely, got the bat down, she would have been rewarded a base.
And that's something you've seen be called a little bit more as well in college and even in the pros sometimes. It's not a rule that's gone away. This in between the thickets as Patterson was on the move off the pitch. Now she's heading to third. The throw comes in, no slide, but she's in there safely.
Oh, wow. It's becoming a lost art to sliding here, let me tell you. We've seen that in the baseball at Comerica last night where a kid didn't slide at second base and overran it and got tagged out.
So already here, a runner on first. It's a 1-1 count on Tucker. The pitch is inside as Dickerson scoops that up. Nice job to keep it out in front here. And Osborn looking to get on the board here first in the top of the first. 2-1, popped her up, and a nice snag there by Dickerson behind the plate. And off on the pitch was Patterson. They can double her up with the throw to third, and they do just that. There's the second out.
Oh, wow. What a tough break for Osborn there. Need to be a little bit more heads up as she goes into her steal to home, so to speak.
Nice look here from the guys as the throw down to third completed that second out. So after the trouble was brewing here in the first, the runner on third base with no outs. Now no runners on and 2 outs. Cheris Merst.
Tough break. You get the leadoff girl on and get her to third base, and she get doubled up.
Merst looks at the ball low here, 1-0. That wind blowing directly in, as you can probably hear on some of our mics
Yes.
here, into our face. So keeping us cool, that's the one thing.
That's right. You're going to have to really hit it hard to hit it out here today.
Always appreciate that in a day like this. Very hot day for this time of year in May. 2-0 inside, 3-0 here on Merce now. So I know you were attending the final leg of the PSL Baseball Championship as well. That was the weather not too friendly yesterday to you, right?
No, it was great, though. And the hard part about it was making that decision with Heather Nabozny of the Tigers. So, you know, it was definitely hard.
That's the second walk as Merce heads to first. So runner on first with 2 gone.
Yeah, so you know, we had to make a decision because it was lightning in the air, and that was the hard part because we were hoping that at least it rained so we won't look so bad. So I took a slow walk out of the tunnel.
There you go.
Wouldn't get ridiculed.
Right.
Amber Waters.
Here's the pitcher on the other side, Amber Waters. She looks at a ball that escapes Dickerson. Merce was on the move on the pitch. Probably would have got to second anyway.
Yeah, she definitely had a good jump there. She was halfway there before the pitch hit the plate.
Now the 1-0 to Waters, big swing and a miss. Merce heads to third, so she's there with 2 outs. Already the second time in this inning they've had a runner on third.
Yeah, she's definitely a base stealer.
Popped up again. That one's going to scoot its way foul, though. Dickerson had some good reactions on that other ball behind her, but was able to hop on that one.
Yeah, she's definitely quick behind that plate. She can get up out of that crouch and stand and go right and get the ball.
First-year catcher on the other side for CMA. Got a lot of first-year players, but a decent amount of athletes, so they liked her strength and size behind the plate. 1-2 high as she hops out of the crouch there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's something we kind of had a conversation about before the game as well, is the PSL just has so many athletes. It doesn't always mean they've played X sport all their lives, but it still can translate when you move them around.
It sure can. It sure can. You know, good athletes are good athletes no matter what, and just teaching them the right fundamentals, and that's what we need to get back to, is really honing in those fundamental skills. Like pitching is the lost art, and we really got to teach that. And so, you know, we got a plan together that we're going to continue to grow this sport for our girls in our district as well.
Third walk of the inning right there. We'll put runners on the corners with 2 gone, still no score. Top of the first inning. We've had a lot of action on the base paths thus far.
Yes, we have. She definitely has a lot of traffic. She's letting up a lot of traffic right here. So see if Osborn can capitalize on it.
Pitch high and in there as Waters is off on the pitch. Second and third now. This is Autumn Crump, second baseman today for the Knights. Armani Harris will follow. 1-0. That one called a ball. Hopefully the umpire thought about it. 2-0 there.
A little hesitant on that call. You had to make sure.
Poke to the right fielder. Fails, will play it to first. Not quite in time. The second runner trying to sneak in, and she does without a throw. So Hurst was the first. Vaughters right behind her, and 2-0 Knights here in the first inning. And Jay, if they hadn't scored here in the first, they probably would have lamented it after they had the runner on third to begin it.
Yeah, what a good piece of hitting right there. She went to opposite field, right through the 4-hole, and definitely exactly what you're supposed to do when you want to get that run in.
So 2 in. Crump checks in at first. First one in there for strike one. Crump takes second. This is Armani Harris, the catcher. Swinging a tip into the glove as Crump now kind of ranges off a second. Obviously you've coached a lot of games on the other diamond, which is very close. I mean, is the wind often blowing in this direction?
Yeah,
is this common?
Especially in this it's more common in May.
Dickerson can't come up with the ball. That one floats down the first base line as Crump comes in to score. Harris rounding the bag at second. She's going to get to third with a cloud of dust behind her. And just like that, Osborn has a 3-zip lead in the first inning.
Yeah, that's a tale of making plays, right? That's seen that yesterday as well from Osborn, and ironically, Osborn softball's on the good side of that, but a lot of catcher mishaps for the strike 3 that went to the backstop.
First pitch in there. Strike throwing has definitely been a problem here in this first inning. Looking to rectify that. Already down 3-0 in the top.
Now batting for Osborn, number 9, Brooklyn Mims.
Is that Brooklyn Mims, our batter here, the right fielder.
Yeah, here's an opportunity for Osborn to really put a big number up right now. Get this run in with a good quality at bat here.
That one in for a strike. Runner ranging off the third, but Harris going to stay right where she is. This is the 7-hole hitter in this lineup.
Yeah, Osborn really aggressive on the base pass as well. So it's giving them the opportunity to wreak havoc against the CMA defense.
Yeah, they look to run pretty much from the get-go anytime they get on base. 2-strike pitch is that is strike 2 actually, as the runner ranges off the third and Harris is gunned down. So kind of Jekyll and Hyde inning for both sides.
Yeah.
Osborn does capture a couple runs.
That's the end of the
Here on the prep, stick with us.
score.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
Up steps CMA here in the bottom of the first inning. As you take a look at their lineup, is Lowry to lead things off. The pitcher, Lena Dickerson, bats second and catches today. Ariana Fales hits in the 3-hole. She plays right field. Zora Robinson, the cleanup spot, as she plays second base today. DeVay Nelson bats fifth and plays first. Mia Fisher in the 6-hole. She plays center field. Jaquette Blanks at third. Kai Favors hitting eighth and playing left. And Messiah Tyndall rounding things out, the shortstop for CMA. They find themselves down 3 runs. It certainly could have been worse in that first inning. It looked like good things were coming after they got that kind of pop-up throw down to third base double play, but after that, walks were definitely an issue.
Absolutely.
And 3 of those came in.
Yeah, when you just 2-out walks, those are killers, man. I talk about that all the time. It's the little things that make the biggest difference, especially in the game of softball. So, they really have to limit those mistakes, especially with 2 outs. But again, kids slip when it's 2 outs and they get lax and they say, okay, we're done. No, that's the hardest out to get. You have to really work as hard as you did for the first 2 outs to get the 3rd out.
So we were talking about this wind earlier that blows in. You said this is kind of towards the highway is common?
Yeah, it's kind of common towards in May, and so it's blowing out to center right now, center to the left in the baseball field.
Right,
so,
kind of opposite.
Yeah, it gets a little opposite during the year when you need it to blow out. It's mostly blowing in and to the right. So,
defensively, on this half of the lineup card for Osborn. It's Adams in left, Hurst in center, Morris is in right. Patterson and Adams on the corner, Crump and Tucker up the middle, Harris catching the balls and strikes from Amber Waters. CMA sends Lowry, trying to help her own cause. The pitcher here at the top of the lineup.
Oh, she's a switch hitter.
There you go.
That's something you don't see every day.
I feel like it's kind of a lost art as well. We were talking about lost arts earlier.
Yeah. And what's the rule that if you're hitting on the right side and you want to switch to the left side, when you can't do it? After 1 strike, 2 strikes, or what?
I don't know. That's a great question. Hey, are you being serious? There is a rule.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm asking it because I forgot it myself.
2-0 to Lowry. I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone do that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, right? I mean, you don't want to be having them switch back and forth all the time. Lowry
Absolutely.
hits that one to the backstop here.
And I think they made a rule because what happens is you know, it's an advantage if you got a left-handed pitcher up there and you're a right-handed hitter. And so you just go over there and you switch back and forth. So I think there is a rule. I forget well, but we'll find it out by the end of the day.
3-0 nearly hit her. It was ball 4 anyway, and she'll head down to first base. So a walk for both pitchers is the way it begins.
Coming to bat for CMA, number 8, the catcher.
And now Dickerson will come to the plate. This is a player the coach really talked highly of. They like her bat.
Oh, look
For that reason, right back at Waters there. Rounding the bag at second is Lowry. She's heading to third. Now heading home. The throw pops away as she tumbles her way in.
Wow, you talk about aggressive base running. Oh my goodness. Ball was just to the right or the left, and she took off twice.
She knew immediately what she was doing. I mean, that's what you got to do in those type of scenarios if you're going to score a ball like that.
Wow, that was incredible.
Hard hit off the get-go. They were struggling to find somebody to play it, and that one just kind of dribbled to the left to Patterson, and Lowry swung her way into the dirt at home plate.
Yes, yes, yes. Good swing by Dickerson. Good job, swing up the middle, stay connected. That was outstanding.
Swing and a miss there by Fales, the right fielder here. Did you see that Reese Olson play yesterday? Right off his right thigh, I believe. 101 off the bat, had to come out of the game in the 3rd inning for the Tigers.
No kidding.
Oh, 1 swing and a miss. They say he's okay, so I haven't seen any more today. As Dickerson comes around 3rd, she's going to come home, and all of a sudden she's tightened this game right back up. It's 3-2 in the bottom of the 1st.
Yeah, no, that's aggressive base runner by all of them. You know, as soon as that ball gets away, one side, one way, either way, they score. It's outstanding.
Going back to that Olson play, Sports Info Solutions, one of the analytic companies that covers baseball.
Yeah.
As that one is behind Fales, 1 and 2. They actually track how many times a pitcher faces a comebacker like that. It's happened, I think, 56 times already this year in the big leagues. Yeah.
That's crazy. 56 times in the big thing.
And then they rank, you know, 1 through 5 injury. You know, what happens with the injury. I guess 5 being the worst, they've got 4 or 6 with 4+ so far this year. So I don't know. Obscure but interesting.
Yeah.
1-2 swing and a miss.
And they have all kind of stats.
They do. They really, you can go to town and still not know some.
No, that's for sure.
That's the first out here in the 1st inning with 2 runs already in.
Now batting for CMA, the second baseman.
Now it's Zorro Robinson.
Zorro Robinson.
Robinson, the second baseman today. Swings and pops it up. It's over the glove of Waters, and Robinson able to reach at first base.
Yeah, what a good attempt at that play right there, just right off the glove.
Take a look there, kind of hung up. Extra. Vaughters trying to
The first baseman.
come off the circle. You don't often see pitchers feel their position when it's that far
I know.
off the rubber, but
That's being really athletic right there.
first pitch to Nelson and tight, runner moving. Robinson scrambling to second. She's there with another throw. Now takes the turn. Crump and company bobbled, and Robinson goes first to third.
Wow, Robinson had a good jump on that one right there. Had no chance to throw her out, then an errant throw. She took advantage of the extra base.
Now the 1-0. One nearly hit her, or did it? It did. That's going to put runners on first and third with a single out. Mia Fisher. Center fielder now comes to the plate.
She definitely didn't want to take that back. I don't mind a player who really wants to hit.
Had to get Fisher out there. Wasn't quite on the on-deck circle before this at-bat here in the first.
Now batting for CMA, the center fielder, number 5, Mia Fisher.
So there was 3 walks in the top half of the first inning. All but one of those were cashed in, and another one off the fielder's choice here in the first. A leadoff walk has already scored. The single by Dickerson has scored as well. And the infield is in, especially on the corners here with 1 out. Fisher looks at a ball. It'll allow Nelson to charge to second base as that one bounced.
Yeah, catcher's got to do a better job of blocking the softball and keeping it in front of them so to limit the base stealing.
That one jackknifed inside. Got to be careful there if you're Fisher. You almost turned that bat around.
She sure did. I forget who was that earlier in CMA's batting, but when they got out of the way, they had their bat up and got really lucky.
2-0 floats way outside as it escapes Harris. 3-0 on Fisher.
Actually, it was Lowry. It was on 3-0 in the fourth one when she had her bat up in the air and just missed her bat.
Here's second and third and a 3-0 pitch. Nearly hit her. Runner going to come home. Robinson has done a lot of running here in the first inning, and boy, did she earn that run. It's
Yes,
tied. Fisher makes her way to second as well. 2 more runners in scoring position for Blanks now.
Yeah, here we see it. Take another look at it where the ball gets away, and then she comes in to score. I like to see her slide there so that she won't get hurt. And that's normally the rule. If there's a play at the plate and if she don't slide, she can be called out.
Here's Blanks as she looks at a strike. Blanks favors Tyndall. That's 7 through 9 in CMA's lineup today. Whoop of the arm in the 0-1 in there. No, they say a little bit too high. 1-1 on Blanks.
Wow, if she can really get a hold of her command, if Walters can get a hold of her command, she could be really effective. Because she's got some decent amount of speed. Could be very difficult to hit. Just got to get it over there consistently.
That one another hit by pitch. It'll load the bases up here. Now for Favors. Favors the left fielder. First time we've seen the bases loaded. We've certainly seen a lot of situations
Number 6, Vijay Favors.
so far here in the first inning. High to her there. CMA already sending more batters to the plate than Osborn did after their hot start.
Yes, absolutely. Both started with a leadoff walk.
One off the glove, a little bit of delay for Nelson. She will come home. Every runner moves up. And now, don't look now, but the Pharaohs have taken a 1-run lead, 4-3.
Yeah, they're taking full advantage of all the freebies. And again, I talk about it all the time. You got to be able to win the freebie wars. The ones who give up the less amount of freebies that's going to win the game.
That one roped
into the dugout.
Yeah. Looks like it may have hit off the screen as it kind of rolled the other way. 2-1 on Favors, though.
Got a really good crowd here today at Gary Bryce Field. It's awesome.
And not easy for everyone to make it at a 4:30 time with work going on, but
absolutely.
You're enjoying the sun, maybe checking out of work just a little bit early. There's a strikeout and caught off with third nearly. There was Fisher. She's able to scramble back with Patterson playing off the bag.
Oh no, she thought it was his third strike.
Gotcha.
They do a good job of fooling us, I'm gonna tell you.
I guess she would have had a run to complete that out, or throw to complete that out anyway, and the second hit by pitch in a row.
That's unfortunate too. She had her down 2 strikes with an opportunity to help her own cause and get herself out. Well, just jam.
Now batting for CMA, the shortstop number 3, Messiah Tyndall.
So Tyndall, who has now allowed this order to hit Foley in the bottom of the first, trying to do some more damage with the bases juiced and just 1 out. 4 runs already in. The pitch, swing and a miss.
Yeah, you know, it's just puzzling that she struggled to throw strikes like that because she has got it going. When she gets it going, it's right over the plate and you can't hit it.
Now the 0-1, high and away. Runner breaking off of first. That means that Fisher has to go, and she is ruled out. So blank safe at third, Favors at second. I think Fisher was going to stay before she saw the runner on first bolt off, and then she was kind of in trouble there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, little phantom tag right there.
One and one on Tyndall now. 2 down. It's a big at bat for Tyndall to try to take advantage of what this inning has been. Well, if you're not familiar, these two teams, and every team in the PSL fairly familiar. They'll play each other a few times before the PSL championship.
Especially in the Gold division, you know, they play each other 2 to 3 times, and they really get after it to get a lot of quality games in, so that these student athletes will have opportunities to develop and get better.
So second and third, 2 outs. Tyndall, the shortstop, running a 2-1. That one nips the corner. That was a 3-1, I beg your pardon. Now 3-2.
Yeah, Borders need to just settle down here and just get the ball over the plate. Just get the ball over the plate and let our defense do the work. There it is.
Got a big strikeout to end the first inning. Damage has been done, though. 4 runs come in. It was all started with the leadoff walk. A nice strikeout there at the top of the zone here in the prep.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
covering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Jeremy and Jay back with you here, 4-3. The CMA lead after their productive bottom of the first inning. Osborn coming right back at you here in the seconds. They'll send 7, 8, 9 to the plate.
Yeah, it's a tale of pitching, and that's just the bottom line. Good pitching and or not, and walks leads to runs, and runs leads to errors. I mean, you know how it is. Errors lead to runs, so it's all added up. Jeremy, I tell you, it's pitchers need to find a rhythm and get in it and throw strikes.
So CMA will send Lowry back out there. She had a leadoff walk in the first, and things were looking on the come up after that, though. There was a pop-up by the next batter, Tucker, just behind the plate to the left. Caught it. Caught Patterson off at third base after she had gotten around on a couple drop balls, and she was not able to get back to third in time. So that was 2 outs, but then 2 more walks later, and a hard hit ball by Crump up the middle really made the difference and allowed this Osborn offense to put 3 runs on the board by the time the top of the first was over.
Yeah, mistakes.
So this will be Brooklyn Mims, who will make her way back to the plate. She's out there because Harris was caught trying to take home. So she was kind of mid at bat. She had a 2-1 count against Lowry in the first. First pitch to her is high.
Yeah, Lowry's going to have to really get that ball down. She's struggling to get the ball over the plate, and it's going to be very, very important in order for them. We got a break in action. We got 2 umpires over there at first base.
The right fielder, Brooklyn Morris.
I guess so, yeah.
You telling secrets or something? What's going on?
Gotta have them mic'd up, I guess, right?
I know.
1-0 as well. That's another good thing. For the championship game, you got your full allotment of umpires, which does not happen often in high school baseball or softball.
It doesn't. It's an opportunity for these athletes to get a best of what's going on out here. Feel part of something really special and big, but you see multiple umpires out. Some of them may not want to see them, but it is what it is.
Quickly 3-0 on Mims now. That one in there for strike 1. Adams on deck. Tremira Adams, that is, and then it'll be Chalea Adams.
That was the late call there.
3-2. Goes from 3-0 back to 3-2 here. The pitch looped right back at her, and a nice catch there by Lowry for the first out.
Yeah, flashing the leather. Lowry was right there, right in front of it, and was able to corral it in. Good play.
That pitch inside on Mims as she kind of looked to loop it down the line, but it hung right up there in time.
Yeah.
So here's the first of our 2 Adams in the 8 and 9 spot in the order. First, it looks kind of like a misprint when you see them because there's only a couple letters difference in their name, but one playing left field, the other playing first base. Inside 2-0.
Yeah, both pitchers are getting behind early, which is not helping their cause at all.
the 2-1. Nip the zone for strike 2. 2-2 now.
Batting for Osborn, number 15, Shemira Adams.
That one, wasn't that strike 3?
I think he didn't call the one that we all thought he called a strike.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So 3-2 clarifies that now with us. Trying to keep the runners off the bases here in the second. Here's a big pitch with 1 out already. In there for strike 3. First K of the game for Lowry.
Yeah, she just never looked like she was up there ready to swing the bat. And good job for Lowry recognizing that and getting the ball over the plate.
Now Chalea Adams, bottom of their order. Looking to get on for the first time today. That pitch rides in for a strike.
Number 6, Chalea Adams.
Faith Patterson on deck, the third baseman. She started out all their offense with a single. Might not get to her though as that throw loops to first in time. 1, 2, 3, breeze of an inning there for Lowry. Keeps them off the board and keeps the lead with CMA.
Every morning when I rise, my dream lives in me. This is my kingdom, a wonder world that's always changing, where great champions stand victorious. Here, we celebrate what makes us different. We share our creativity, and we grow stronger, preparing for the world we will make together.
I am.
I am.
I am one of Detroit's next legends. It's our time to rise.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Four to 3, your score. CMA on top here. Take a look at the Osborn profile, checking into the game today at 12-7. Mentioned a member of the gold division. Enrollment 412. Head coach Melissa Washington as well. Some of their notable alumni as well. It's kind of fun to work through all that because there are so many in the PSL.
Yeah, there are. And I forgot to tell Chad yesterday too. One of the quiet, big time alumni is the first African American ever chef at the DAC.
Really?
And he was Team USA chef with LeBron James and Kobe Bryant.
Okay. Can you get him to make us some things?
I know, Sean Lovey. That's it.
Maybe next broadcast.
That's it.
Bottom of the second here for CMA. Lowry Dickerson fails. The top of the order due up. 2 of the 3 reached. Lowry with a walk. Dickerson with a single. Both scored. Lowry gets her hurdles in there to begin this at-bat.
Athleticism, baby. You got to love it. Athleticism.
She shares a smile.
That's right.
Corner infielders are in to begin this second. Now the 1-0 behind the back.
Batting for CMA, the pitcher and leadoff hitter number 1, Lowry.
Lowry also the pitcher for this Osborn team. Tell you what, though, they didn't let that first inning defensively really bother them. They turned it right around.
They sure did. And Lowry's a really base-stealing threat for them. They got to keep her off the base paths because she is fearless. She's definitely one of their best players.
Yeah, this whole CMA team was very aggressive on the base pass in the first. We'll see if they do the same here. Leadoff walk. That's a live ball, obviously, as Lowry quickly makes her way down to first. She's bolting to second and is there standing up.
Told you she's extremely aggressive and fast. Oh my goodness, she is fast.
She's already swaying her arms, getting ready there at second.
I know, she's gone. You better count it in. She's gone.
Number 8, Alana Dickerson.
First pitch inside to Alana Dickerson here.
You think she bought herself 100 baseball gloves, like Willie Mays Hayes?
You never know.
And she's gonna put one up every time she steals.
Great movie.
Yes, it was. It is, rather.
2-0 here on Dickerson. Speaking of sports movies, you see they're going to remake Happy Gilmore?
No.
I don't know about that.
How is that possible?
How is anything possible, though?
I
They'll
know.
just throw a plot up there. And
so they're going to change the actors?
No, Adam Sandler is coming back. I think he just got interviewed by Dan Patrick about it yesterday. They're still writing it.
It's just a remake?
I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
That one hits the helmet of Dickerson. Regardless, she was heading to first base via walk or hit by pitch, but that was definitely a hit batter as it knocked off the bill, I believe, the helmet.
Yeah, she stood there and took it like a champ. She could play for me anyway, any day.
That's where that softball cage, shield, whatever you want to call it, definitely helps out.
Yes, it does.
Swing and a miss. The ball escaped, and guess who's prancing home? That's Lowry. To third goes Dickerson. 5-3 CMA here in the second.
Lowry is a speed demon. She's fearless and aggressive on the base path. She could play for me any day.
Certainly fun to watch. Multiple sport athlete here for the Pharaohs. That's what a lot of these softball coaches in the PSL have to do, though, is kind of, you know, a lot of them are already coaching multiple sports, maybe as an assistant. That's the case here with CMA as well, but constantly looking at players that could be a good fit for softball, for other sports.
Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing. We want to keep these student athletes engaged, and that's the big thing that we pride ourselves on in the PSL. We want to give them multiple opportunities as we've grown tremendously over the last years since I've been here.
So much is talked about these days about not specializing and you know how multi-sport participation can be good for your body and making sure you're working multiple muscles.
Yeah, I think it's important until you like your junior year and you really figure some things out and you're like, okay, and this is where I got an opportunity to go to college at. And then, you know, then you can start more specializing more. But I definitely don't like pigeonhole.
Swing and a miss. That's going to go down for the first out here in the second. Second strikeout today for Vauders. Make it the third, actually. She had two in the first.
Yes.
The second baseman, number 27, Zorro Robinson.
Now Zorro Robinson will make her way to the plate. Single and a run scored back in the first. Infield drawn in with that runner on third. Chopped right back to Vauders. Good glove. A little low flip. And Adams can't hang on. Everybody's safe. Another run comes in. It's now 6-3 CMA, who has scored 6 unanswered runs in the last few innings here.
Yeah, that was very, very unfortunate play right there, underhanding it. She needed to take a couple more steps. I don't mind the underhand there, but you got to run up a couple steps to get closer just so they can make the play specifically. Or just catch it and throw it. You know, we get nervous when pitchers catch the ball right there and just turn and throw it. That's why we tell them, catch it, take your time, run over there and flip it. But she didn't even run. She just flipped it from the mound. So she made it a tougher play.
We have a little defensive switch here mid-inning. Crump to third, Patterson to second. And that pitch floats outside. Runner in motion to second base, and there in time is Robinson. So the running parade continues for the Pharaohs. And now to third potentially. That'll lollipop into left field. Robinson around third. She's going to score without a throw. 7-3 Pharaohs. The fans love it here at Wayne State.
Yeah, they definitely got the crowd into it. This is definitely a Pharaoh crowd, that is for sure. But this probably would have been interference anyway. They would have rewarded her home after she got to third base because one of the players, the shortstop, got right in her way and impeded her process home.
So coach will call time and meet with the whole infield. Not thrilled with the way that this inning is going in general.
Yeah, definitely tough right here because what she got to do is get a hold of her team because they're a little bit emotionally out of it right now and you get bickering back and forth and, you know, the mistakes happen. You know, you got to continue to play, swallow what happens or forget what happens and get better. Go right into the next inning, next at bat, next pitch, next play. A lot of these kids today, we just dwell. Yeah, you know, we dwell in our mistakes and et cetera. You know, no, it's over. This is sports. You actually get an opportunity to do something better and do something more. And so, you know, she's got to, I think it's a good timeout. Really corral her girls and get them ready to play.
So Nelson at the plate. 3 runs already in the inning. 3 here in the second, 4 in the first. It has been a complete turnaround for CMA after giving up the 3 early runs back in the first.
Yes, it is. And again, it's about that freebie war. Right now, CMA is winning the freebie war. They've gotten 8 to their 4, to Osborn's 4. So 8 freebies.
Now batting for CMA, number 12, Devay Nelson.
So Nelson faces a 1-1 count here. Outside. She was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Seen a number of hit batters over the last 2 for this Pharaohs offense.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely can throw a little bit, though. Got good velocity, just not repeating her motion very well.
Now she's been hit twice. Last time she was on the base pass, came around to score, as most of them have out there. Waters was able to strand the bases loaded in the first with a nice strikeout to get Tyndall whiffing. 1 out, Fisher at the plate now. She walked. That was of the 4-pitch variety back in the first. Delivery comes home, nearly hit her. Runner in motion to second as Nelson ends up on the bag.
Yes, CMA does not waste any time on getting to second base, I'll tell you that.
Ranging off of second. Nelson's going to stay at second base there. The 2-0. A strike, runner moving to third. Nelson sees it scoot into left field. Nelson is going to score and make it 8-3 CMA here in the second inning.
Wow, that's just unfortunate that, you know, they continue to make those errors. Mishaps. Had her out at third. Good throw would have had her overthrown. It's just very, very difficult to make mistakes against a good team.
Two-one, lollipops off the glove of Harris now. 3-1 on Fisher. Nobody on, one out here in the second inning. Jeremy Otto alongside Jay Alexander to bring you the call today. So glad he could tune in on what is a beautiful day for some softball in Midtown Detroit.
Yes, it is. What a gorgeous day it is. A great time for some softball.
87 degrees at game time.
Woo, and good wind blowing. We have a good breeze in the booth for the first time, right?
I know, right? I'm not minding it.
Not at all.
I've been in plenty of high school and college press boxes this time of year, even in the fall and football when it's first starting. It's kind of unpredictable weather, but they can get pretty sticky air and
yes,
non-moving air, but
absolutely it can. That is for sure.
This feels more like regional weather, though. Maybe quarters.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
As you get right in the beginning of summer when school's been let out, here's the first pitch to Blanks in there for strike one. Blanks was hit by a pitch back in the first.
Yeah, but she was unable to score.
That one nips the corner, caught between second and third, and she's out at third base. That'll be the second out.
And again, sliding. They need to slide. She slides, she's there.
Yeah, for sure that throw was kind of off the bag. Third baseman happening to leap up and reach out a little bit. Patterson to keep it out in front of her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Now the 1-1 in there for strike two. 1-2 on Blanks. Waters one strike away from getting out of this inning. That one left offside. Favors on deck. Blanks the 7-hole hitter today.
The only downfall, Jeremy, is the pollen that's coming in here. Hit me in the face.
You know what? I shouldn't say this because I'll probably jinx myself, but my allergies are usually terrible at this time of the year, and they haven't been that bad.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the warmer weather or what. But
yeah. Wow, good for you, because my son wakes up with his eyes shut.
Does he? They've been a little scratchy. My ears have been a little itchy, but that's about it.
That's it. That's it. Oh, we got a special appearance here today. Coach Ryan Kelly, the head baseball coach at Wayne State, was here. He was over at the corner watching our game, and now he's over here.
2-2 in between the legs that time and able to reach his Blanks. So a drop third strike will allow her to reach first base. Where did Wayne State finish this year?
They finished, I think they finished third, I think, in the GLIAC.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they started off hot. They were ranked like 12th in the country. And,
yeah, because they had a really nice run last year.
They did. And they actually had a really good team, but, you know, some teams snuck up on them, like Saginaw had a really good year this year. They haven't had a good year in a while, and just knocked them out of the regionals.
First pitch to Favors off the plate outside as Blanks edges to second.
CMA, number 6, Favors.
Favors now ahead of the count 1-0. She was hit by a pitch after 2 straight hit batters in that first.
Yeah, the elusive third out.
Yeah, it's been tough to get for either of these two teams today. Blanks now to third. (8-3) CMA. They started this game down in a 3-0 hole. runs in both innings, so have given them this 8-3 lead. Too far outside, 3-0.
Yeah. Walks have definitely been the detriment of both teams thus far.
They're now looking to send 9 to the plate for the second consecutive inning.
That's impressive. That is absolutely impressive. So you definitely have an opportunity to take full advantage of this, and a big run on third. 2-out hit would definitely get her in.
Shuttered back to the circle. Waters didn't play it, and it wasn't in time from Crump that time. Blank scores. It is 9-3 CMA. They got that dribbling ball they were hoping for, just couldn't nip her in time over at first.
Absolutely. Too much speed on the base pass by CMA. They can flat out run.
So that now the 5th run of the inning here. Tyndall up the middle, hot shot, but Vaughners was there to reach the glove up, and Adams able to surround the bag for the 3rd out. So that's 2 straight innings, where CMA's offense sends 9 to the plate, 4 runs in the first, 5 more here in the second, and they've got a commanding 6-run lead on the Prep.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Take a peek at the CMA profile now. Also, obviously, in this gold division, enrollment of 294. Their head coach, Tiffany King. Also, were featured on the reality show School Pride in 2010 after receiving a community-driven school-wide makeover. There you go.
Yep. Principal Cox, she does a great job, too, of getting the support for her program. She's absolutely phenomenal over there and doing big things over there at CMA.
So CMA doing big things in this game as well. They were down 3-0 after the first inning. It wasn't the most clean of innings. 3 walks. 2 of them came around to score, but they scored 4 in the home half, 5 more in the next inning, which we just completed, and worked a 1-2-3 inning in the second. Lowry got a line out, a strikeout, and a ground out. She's looking to do the same to the top of the order here. Patterson leads it off. Looks at a ball high.
Leading off for Osborn, the shortstop, Faith Patterson.
Yeah, I think he needs to open it up a little bit. He's got a little tight strike zone down here, let me tell you. He's consistent, though, I'll tell you that.
2-0 high and in, 3-0 on Patterson. Tucker on deck. Infield in here for Lowry behind her as that one is delivered high and in, so that breaks the 4 straight out streak here in the third.
Yeah, one thing you can't defense, Jeremy, and that's walks. Leadoff walks are killers.
They certainly come back to bite you more often than
They
not.
sure do. They tend to score a lot of times. Leadoff walk and 2-out walks.
Osborn.
Waters has had 2 leadoff walks for Osborn. Both have scored. First pitch strike, runner on the move. Not even going to throw it down to second as Patterson swipes second base. Osborn looking for something. Feels like all that momentum is on the CMA side right now.
Absolutely it is.
0-1 big hack and a miss. But it allows Patterson to reach third. 0-2 on Tucker here. She popped out to Dickerson, and they were in this exact scenario here. Runner had reached on a walk, reached all the way to third with no outs. Tucker popped out to the catcher. Dickerson threw to third with a runner coming off, and they doubled her off.
Yeah, it was a really good play.
0-2 high. And you thought maybe that would start the tempo here for Lowry and company
Absolutely.
to get out of the inning, but 3 runs did cross.
Yes, they did. All with 2 outs.
Waiting in the 1-2. Floater is high. 2-2 on Tucker now.
Lowry did not like that call. She was disgusted. I want to know what she said walking back to the mound.
See if she can use that anger to get the strikeout here. 2-2, low and in. That must have been a 3-2. Or was it? No. That is going to become a full count.
Full count.
Hurst on deck. Runner on third. No outs in the third. 3-2 on the ground to third. Blank's going to go to first. Couldn't be caught there by Nelson. So it allows Patterson to score.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Good play, clean, stayed down on it, kept her feet. Good secondary, good shuffle to first base and threw a dart, and she just missed it. Those are those freebies that I'm talking about. Those routine plays or routine outs.
Now batting for Osborn, the center fielder, number 7, Cherish Hurst.
Cherish Hurst. She had a walk back in the first inning. Comes up for the second time here in the third. First pitch to her in there for strike 1. Tucker on the way to second, and she is on the top of the bag.
Yeah, they waste no time. Neither team. Oh, I can't believe she didn't go.
So one thing to note, we are operating under a time limit, correct?
Correct. An hour and 45-minute time limit from the start.
Talking to the right guy here. We don't have to assume things.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So we have an on-time first pitch at 4:30. I didn't quite check my watch, but
I believe so.
One floats to third, but Tucker hanging at second there. Certainly how long this first few innings have taken. We'll probably be in that territory by the time the game's over.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Here's a 1-2. Foul back to the screen.
And she wanted that pitch again, I guarantee you. She had a good swing at that one. Hurst put a really good swing on that fastball on the outer half. See what pitch she's going to come with now. Excuse me.
Still no outs in the inning. A run in the 1-2. That's off the umpire's shoulder.
She's seeing the ball very well right now. Those 2 really good hacks at those really good fastball. So if she get a hold of it, this thing could go. Outfield is shallow. Put a good swing on a good pitch, it could go past them.
Probably at least a triple, right?
Absolutely.
The Only thing against her is the wind's blowing in, but if you hit it on the ground, that still might get all the way through.
Absolutely.
Two off the plate outside. Tucker to third. And Hurst has worked this count all the way back in her favor. Big pitch here, they need an out. Lowry readies the full count delivery. It's high. Runners on first and third now with no outs in the third.
It's her second walk of the game. She's definitely putting in work, had two quality swings, and just didn't get nothing. And she was not going to swing at Lowry's pitches. So good eye, good job, great at bat.
5 walks on the day now for Lowry. That went in for strike one. They're not going to think about nipping Hurst as she steals second. So that's the lead runner, Tucker, over at third.
Now batting, number 8, Amber Waters.
Waters trying to help her own cause. Ropes it over the third baseman, blanks into left field. One is in. And now they both try to go as well. Caught between third and home, but getting back there is Hurst. Waters ends up at second. She's got an RBI single. More importantly, that makes the game 9-5.
Yeah, what a good swing on that pitch. Hits it right over the third base head. The wind probably held it up a little bit because that ball was going down the line. And she was able to at least capitalize and get a run in.
Here's Crump. She had a good swing her first time up, right back at Lowry. One of the best, hardest hit balls we've seen. This one poked on the ground to the shortstop. Tyndall playing in, overthrows the first baseman. Hurst scores. Waters is going to come in and score as well, and Crump ends up at second off the throwing error.
Man, I'll tell you, that had the start of a really good play. As you can see right here, down on the softball, and good shove on her feet, just overthrew it.
So after what was certainly a separating bottom of the second inning where CMA scored 5, it is now 9-7. Armani Harris reached on an error first time up. What's in store here? Looks at a ball way high, sending Crump to third.
Don't look now, partner, but they're only up 2.
This game has swung fast in both directions very quickly. 1-0. Nip the zone, strike one.
Yeah, I don't know what Armani Harris was trying to do there. She just moved right out of the way. The ball was right down the middle. It was the best pitch to swing at today. It looked like it was. She thought her teammate was still in the base. Crump over there.
1-1 big looping swing and a miss. 1-2. Looks like Lowry wanted to get rid of those sunglasses there, I think, that she put back to the dugout.
I believe so.
Harris checked in with coach down the third base line before this next pitch as well. Runner on third, no outs. 4 runs already in here in the third. 1-2, high.
I mean, it's an absolute gorgeous day.
Hey, you couldn't get much better. The last 2 days have been like this temperature-wise. We saw some rain yesterday, obviously, but none forecasted during either of our 2 games today. You can get a nice view of that Detroit skyline to our left as well.
Absolutely. The Hudson's building going right up.
Yeah, they've made a lot of progress on that recently.
They have.
You know, I think another really cool thing was the announcement last week about the DCFC Stadium coming to town as well. I think that'll be really good for that specific area as well. Hopefully it creates some businesses and restaurants.
Absolutely.
Something you could definitely see coming after they've had so much success. They flipped to the higher league, the USL Championship. Some even speculating maybe they'll try to go MLS after that as well.
Yeah, well, the stadium will definitely help that cause.
And let's face it, the fan base definitely has ruled that, you know, they've kind of jumped that field in terms of attendance-wise.
Yeah, and I think it's just the right area. You know, in that area over there in the Southwest Detroit corridor is a really respected soccer community.
Sure.
And it's going to go nuts, and then it's going to help Corkstown's business just thrive, continue to thrive.
It's kind of cool to see, you know, every neighborhood. Obviously, they've stuck with their names over time, but they had those names because of specific identities, right? And I think they're getting back to the roots in some cases, but in other cases, maybe establishing new identities as well, which is pretty neat to see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we partner with them on several things, and they've done a great job of helping us try to grow soccer in our community. And so we're going to continue to work with them.
3-2 hit over the 2-2 hit over the head of Dickerson, the catcher that time. Runners on second and third here, no outs. That one is a dribbler towards blanks. Lowry comes off the circle, and everybody's going to be safe. Crump at third, Harris at second, Mims hustling down the first base line. And once again, the bases are loaded with still only one out in the third. Jamira Adams struck out looking back in the second inning.
Yeah, she really didn't get the bat off of her shoulder in that at bat. So interesting to see how she's going to handle this at bat.
This is the most batters that Osborn has sent to the plate so far in this game. They sent 6 to the first, just 3 and the 1-2-3 inning in the second. Now already 7 here in the third, and another run upcoming. As Crump took a shot to the grill as well there as she was on her way down. 9-8 though. Take a look. Got by Dickerson at first.
Ooh.
It was a tough collision there with Lowry.
It was. Really tough. Yes, no outs.
Jamira Adams. With a 1-1 count here, and now runners on second and third. The pitch floats in for strike 2. 9-8, CMA still clinching onto a lead here in the third. Heck of an effort by these Osborn Knights to keep their head up. Certainly after what could have felt like a pretty large deficit, 9-3.
Yeah.
For the circumstances especially, it felt large.
Absolutely it did. Totally did.
Adams, the 8th hitter here for the Knights. Here's another big 3-2 pitch. High, walked her, and the bases are loaded for the second consecutive time here.
Yeah, and again, partner, she has not gotten that bat off her shoulder one time.
This time the beneficiary of a walk.
Yeah, and that's the situation where as a pitcher, you just really got to get the ball over and make her swing the bat.
2 of those walks already cashed in for runs, 2 more waiting in the base pass. Here is a strike. There's already been 4 in the inning. The 0-1. Ball 2. Top of the order on deck, that's Faith Peterson. She's reached a couple times on walks and has scored once. She began this inning that way. It's off the plate outside. 2-1 now. Two-one. Off the plate outside. 3-1 on Adams now. (9-8) currently. The tying run standing at third. The go-ahead run at second. And another walk. They're going to bolt from each base, obviously, as the bases were loaded, as Harris comes home, and it's 9-9.
Yeah, coach needs to go out there and settle Lowry down here a little bit because she just walk after walk, some little adversity. She didn't get the girl out at first, ball right back to her. So this is, in my opinion, a good timeout. Just settle her down and get right back into her rhythm. And remember that you had a lead, but now the score is 0-0. It's just about the little things, as I always talk about.
Let's face it, if you're Osborn in this scenario, you got to realize that this game will be capped by time limit at some point. I think that's a given.
Absolutely.
And you got to get as many runs as you can in this scenario.
For sure you do.
Because you never know what kind of opportunities or lack thereof you're going to have. I mean, we've already seen CMA work a 1-2-3 inning after a productive first. First pitch high now to Faith Patterson.
Now batting for Osborn at the top of the lineup.
But now you got your best hitters up 1, 2, 3, and they're probably looking to drive the ball and wreak some havoc here. When bases is full, they definitely can't steal right now.
Or can they? We've seen a lot of crazy things today.
I guess you're right about that.
It's more on the CMA side, I think, where that would be in play. 3-0 on Patterson, nowhere to put her.
Just got to let her hit.
Mims on third, both Adams on first and second here. The 3-0 in there for a strike. Patterson called back after she discarded the bat there.
Partner, I guess I would be looking to take here, too. I mean, she hasn't thrown 2 strikes in a row in quite some time.
They got to force her to do so. Wasn't able to there. Mims, now the 7th run of the 3rd inning. Here comes Jayla Tucker.
For Osborn, shortstop, number 4, Jayla Tucker.
Yeah, she put the ball in play twice in this game, and once she got on by error. But she's definitely a person that can put the ball in play.
That pitch rides high, 1-0. Tucker popped out in the first, reached on an error in the 3rd, came out to score after that 3rd. 1-0, hit on the ground, or hit in the air, but foul. So Osborn has taken the lead, 10-9. It's their 2nd lead of the contest after they led 3-0 after a 6-batter first. Now the 1-1. Did it hit her or didn't it?
Yeah, hit her right in the knee.
They are going to rule that's the case. Shamira Adams comes home. Now they look for more maybe as this ball trickles by. Everyone going to stay where they are though. Jalea Adams to third, Patterson to second. Tucker has herself an RBI hit by pitch. 11-9 Osborn now. "21 runs scored in the first 2 2/3 innings of this one, or two complete, I guess you have to say still.
Yeah. And still no outs.
Hurst swings over the top of that. 1-0-1. Here are walks for Hurst thus far. She scored twice, 2 of the 11.
Yes, she has.
0-2 now. Oh, 2 is in there for strike 3. Hurst is finally the first out here in the 3rd inning. And a strikeout number 2 for Lowry today. Vaughters looks at a strike, a walk, and a single for her. Nearly everyone has contributed something in this lineup for Osborn.
Yes, she has.
I believe every player has scored a run for the Knights thus far.
The Knights.
0-1 to Vaughters. Rips it down the 3rd baseline, but foul as it rolls to the left. Well, these two teams met up in a doubleheader just 3 weeks ago. One was close, one was not. CMA was able to defeat the Knights in 2 straight, but that's what happens sometimes when you play each other 3-4 times a year.
Absolutely.
We've seen it time and time again. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No, it's not. We've seen it today in the boys championship, where Cass dominated Western throughout the year, and Mercy in them, and then beating them 4-0, and lose 11-3, I believe the final score was today in the championship.
Sometimes you like to see that parity as well. Losing team doesn't, but a 1 hitter. That will send another run in. Adams touches the plate. Patterson to second. Tucker moves on as well. And Vaughters now to first. The base is loaded. 12-9. Osborn in the lead here. Swing and a tap foul.
Yeah, this is set up here for a record inning.
One swing and a miss. Yeah, 9-run 3rd. They scored 3 runs in the first, 4 in the first, 5 in the 2nd for CMA here.
What a good answer though from Osborn, as they come right back after getting punched. Come right back and give it right back to them. 9 runs. Absolutely amazing.
1-2, shutter to 3rd. That's going to stay fair. No, it's going to go foul. Blanks was close.
That's a fair ball. I'm just telling you, she caught it in fair territory.
Check it out.
No, he called foul ball.
So 1-2 instead. with the bases still loaded.
Guess why they umpire when I sit up here.
Swing and a poke foul once again. To reset, Patterson at third, Tucker at second. It is Vaughters at first. Crump today already has a pair of RBIs. She scored 2 runs of her own as well.
I really love Harris's hustle behind that plate. She's really close to catching foul balls that are just barely above her head. I mean, that takes some skill.
Waiting in the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning. More importantly, the second out of the inning. Now 1 batter away from getting out of things once again. Here's Harmony Harris.
Harmony Harris for Osborn at the plate.
Ready and ready matchup here as Harris hits it foul.
You know, what's good about the PSL, it brings out everybody from every different school. I love it. You got one of the assistant coaches for King football here. You got a couple other principals here. The people from Cass who are not playing today here. So, you know, just great to see all these great people of the PSL.
Harris is the 15th batter here in the 3rd inning. May just be the last with the bases loaded. This next pitch is the fate of that. 0-2 is high, 1-2 on Harris.
Lowry just has to really start repeating her delivery a lot better than what she has done. Just get a little bit more confident in her delivery.
Chopper, Lowry off the circle, fires to first. Nice play to end the threat in the 3rd. Couple strikeouts, 15 batters, the damage has been done. How about the Knights? They've got a 4-run lead. Who saw this coming?
Every morning when I rise, my dream lives in me. This is my kingdom, a wonder world that's always changing, where great champions stand victorious. Here, we celebrate what makes us different. We share our creativity, and we grow stronger, preparing for the world we will make together.
I am.
I am.
I am one of Detroit's next legends. It's our time to rise.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Have a good one.
See you tomorrow, right?
12-9. Osborn in the lead all of a sudden here after a 9-run, 15-batter, top of the 3rd inning. Just about an hour and a half deep into this one with the first pitch at 4:30. We've hit 6:02. So depending on the length of this inning, this could be it for CMA. We'll see. The good thing for the Pharaohs is they'll send their top of the order to play. Lowry, Dickerson, Fales here in the third inning. Fales, of that group, is the only player not to reach, and in fact the only player not to reach in the game for CMA to this point. Jay has talked about it. Waters has had the ability to get some swing and miss, get some weak contact, but has definitely struggled to find the zone here today in the first couple innings. She's walked the leadoff batter twice, and both have been cashed in.
Yes, absolutely. And it paved the way for other would-be base runners. She really has to really get into a groove somehow, some way, and repeat her delivery, which is she's struggling to do so at this point.
Well, it's Tiffany's 10th year in total coaching Detroit CMA. Her third as the head coach. She was an assistant for 3 years. Didn't really play that COVID season, so a couple of years while playing softball. One of the stories she shared with me is when she was 8 or 9 years old, she caught a softball in the middle of her eyes.
Oh, wow.
It blackened both of her eyes, and she never played again until she was recruited, as we kind of talked about earlier, to play softball. She was a multiple sports star.
Wow.
And coach said, and she basically approached coach and said, hey, you know, I want to play softball again. I haven't played in a long time, but I enjoyed it. And he said, well, what can you offer? I mean, in your senior year, you haven't played at all. And she's like, just wait.
Just wait, yeah.
She was a really good bunter, a good slap hitter, played a speedy center field as well, but a multiple sport athlete, volleyball, basketball, track, ended up playing 1 year of college softball at Shaw University. Says she learned a lot there.
I'm sure she did. Shaw's a good institution. A lot of PSL players who went to Shaw in the past, and Catholic players.
Are they Division II?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I almost went to Shaw.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay. 3-0 is outside, and Lowry has walked every time she's been to the plate. Now 3 straight innings, and all of them have been on 4 pitches.
Yeah, and look out, because Speedy Gonzalez is on base.
Yeah, she's been fun to watch on the base paths, really stealing, taking a whole new term to stealing bases.
Yes, she has.
Now batting for CMA, number 8, Alana Dickerson.
Dickerson with a single, also hit by a pitch in the second. "1-0 is inside, 2-0 at the very minimum. CMA needs to make up these runs here in the third.
Yeah, if they can have a long inning here, you know, it might, you know, be, and they can score some runs and have a long inning. No inning can start, and they're the home team, so, you know, it could actually end with their at bat. So it's important for Osborn here to get some quick outs.
Now what happens if we were tied and we were past the limit?
You would go to I just can't. I'm just drawing a blank.
International rules?
Yes, yeah. Thank you. All day, man. I've been up since 6 this morning.
I hear you.
Trying to get the all-city banquets, celebrations squared away for tomorrow. Then I had to go run and do the game at the corner. So it's a long day.
Whip of the arm in the 3-0 outside. She walked her, and runners on the corners here to begin this third inning. Ariana Fales makes her way back to the plate here.
And Miss Fales has not had a good day at the plate. So here is, you know, where Waters have to really bear down and try to get the ball over the plate.
CMA, the right fielder, number 15, Ariana Fales.
However, she is in that 4-hole, so she must be able to do something.
First pitch to Fales, hit her, and now the bases Will not be. Yes, they will be loaded because that's
she
a
has
dead
to
ball.
go back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't often see that, so you kind of question
I know,
yourself.
right?
But
that's because Lowry's so fast. It happens she's so fast that she scored before she actually hit her.
oh my goodness! You talked about not being able to steal on the bases loaded. I think she could do it. Basically, was that without the bases being juiced there. So now Robinson, another hack at things. Pitch high to Zorro. She's been active on the base pass as well whenever she's out there. And coming home is Lowry. Both runners will move up behind her as well. Dickerson to third, fails to second. Take a look. She waited and saw Waters turn her back, and she says, yep, I'm going to lunge to the plate and get this one. And the fans are happy about it as well. 12-11 here in the third.
Partner, I don't even know what happened there. It happened so fast.
You look down and you think the play's over. It's not.
No, it's not. Started by Lowry. I think she actually stole home, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I kind of waited for the pitcher to back to the circle, and that's how it all happened there. Robinson hit by the pitch now. Still no outs in the inning. .608, 6:15 would be that hour 45 limit here. With the pace of this inning, you might think that the Pharaohs will walk it off in unusual fashion, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So once we hit that limit, the game's over.
Yeah,
That's kind of, so. I mean, they could score 4 or 5 runs, and then maybe after the fourth run or whatever the time elapses, it will be done.
Correct.
Nelson drilled in the back there, not feeling so hot after that one. Third hit batter of the inning. The bases are loaded as Nelson tries to shake it off at first base now.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm not digging in there right now.
You think about it, you probably stand a few more inches off the plate.
That's it. I'm like, Coach, I hear you, but I'm not getting hit this time.
Fisher has walked twice. Looks at a strike. Fisher, another one of those first-year softball players, was a cheerleader last year. Came to coach and said, hey, I'd like to play softball again. She made a key defensive play against Denby a couple games ago. Coach says she's really got those jitters out at this point, returning to the game. 0-1 is low, 1-1. There has been a lot of emotional swings in this game for both of these two teams.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It definitely keeps them on their toes, I tell you that. But, you know, what happens when you walk a lot of people, the defense is standing back, not engaged in the game, and all of a sudden something happened and they're not ready to play. So it's very, very important for, the pitcher to keep everybody on their toes.
Fisher sees that one go off the glove and all the way to the backstop here. 2-1, bases loaded, 12-11. Osborn still hanging by a thread to this lead here. And it looks like they have called out Fales at third, maybe for leaving too soon. You got to wait until the pitch is delivered in softball to take any kind of lead or steal. So that appears to be our first out. That one behind as Robinson advances to third, Nelson to second. Blanks on deck. Fisher has reached twice in this game as well, hitting in the 6 hole, center fielder. (3-1) high and away. She walked her.
That's the actual score, right?
Let's see. Let's count up the runs here. Yes. Actually, maybe I have 11. Oh, yeah.
11 to 12,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
CMA. The third baseman at number 13, Jaquette Blanks.
Now Jaquette Blanks comes back to the plate here in the third, hit by pitch. Also struck out, reached on an error, dropped third strike. As they discuss the particulars of what they want to do with the softball should one be hit with the bases loaded and one out. This is pretty much the game for Osborn as we are right up against the time limit.
Yeah, it is. It's 2 minutes left. And one run is important. 2 is game over.
Time called by Blanks. She's the third baseman today. Coach says she kind of plays with a lot of flair. Paraphrasing, but
he needs to get her back in the box. It's just way too long.
Waiting on the pitch to Blanks, high. Robinson on third, Nelson. Pretty much the winning run on second base, Fisher on first.
Yeah, we've seen some strange things here today, so could see a double play too.
1-0, popped in for a ball, 2-0 on Blanks now. 12-11, Osborn hanging onto a lead. At one point, they took what felt like a comfortable lead after the way this game had moved in the third with a 9-run third. It's the top half of this inning.
Yeah, the crowd is filling in here for the next game. Looks like we're going to have standing room only at that point.
2-1 hitter, the game is tied. Robinson comes home. And just like that, we're tied at 12 apiece. We have hit the time limit, so anything from here would basically be a walk-off for the Pharaohs.
The left fielder, Desire Favors.
Wind blowing in, Favors at the plate. She's reached twice already today. Good batter, good base runner. First pitch, high. Favors the 8th batter here in the third inning.
Yeah, Harris has to be a brick wall right now. I wonder if they know the situation.
3 walks, 3 hit by pitches. There's been no hits here in the third inning. The 1-0. On the ground, first base side. First baseman Adams bobbles, the run scores, and CMA will walk it off here in the third inning. They are PSL champions at Wayne State.
Wow. What a turn of events here, partner.
Favors has driven in that game-winning run, and your final score 13-12 in favor of the team in purple. We'll wrap it up after this here on The Prep. 13-12. Your final score here today as CMA defeats Osborn. It was kind of one of those gritty games, even though a lot of runs were scored, a lot of hit by pitches, a lot of walks. The only ball hit in play was the hit that sealed it off the bat of Favors down the first base line. She was able to drive in Devea Nelson, and that ended what was a very long 3-inning game here today that ended in a time limit. One more PSL final coming up next, and a busy day around the PSL. The baseball final is also wrapping up earlier. For my partner Jay Alexander, the whole crew here today, I'm Jeremy Otto. We'll see you for game 2. If not, have a great night.